from the Hussman School of Journalism and Media at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics. This is Sports Extra.
Spring sports are blossoming here in Chapel Hill as we enter the warmer months.
And what better time for these teams to get hot headed towards postseason play? Welcome to Sports Extra, brothers. I'm Joshua Dolgoff.
And I'm JJ Jones. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Tuesday. Just kidding.
Let's dive into the special teams, special plays, and special players this week. And let's start with UNC baseball. After losing round one of their three-game road series against Virginia, the Diamond Heels got back in the ring looking to counterpunch in games 2 and 3 to stay at the top of the Coastal Division. The Cavaliers' offense came out swinging, earning 3 runs in the bottom of the first. The Virginia pitching staff held the Tar Heels to only 2 hits in the first 3 innings. However, in the top of the third, Vance Honeycutt fired back with a 454-foot rocket, his 9th home run of the season to make the score 3-1. Honeycutt's bat continued to carry the Tar Heels as he cut the Cavaliers' lead to 1 with another home run in the top of the 6th. The Virginia defense stopped the Carolina momentum, and Virginia's offense scored an additional 4 runs to secure the game and the series victory 7-2. In Game 3, the Heels had an early lead at the top of the first with a single by Casey Cook, plating Honeycutt and D'Onofrio. At the top of the second, D'Onofrio hits this 491-foot moonshot to put the Heels up 3-0. Top of the 7th, score tied 6 apiece. It's Mr. Hit It out of the Parks Harbor at the plate, and well, he did just that, clobbering this fastball to right field to put UNC back up 1. Luke Stevenson ran with the momentum and hit this home run to center field, knocking the hats off the Cavaliers. Matt Poston finished off the game with a strikeout, and UNC avoids the sweep, 12-7. To talk about what went right and wrong for the Diamond Heels this weekend, let's throw it over to our baseball analyst, Caroline Daly, for Daily on the Diamond. Caroline?
Joshua, the Diamond Heels have fallen into a bit of a pattern of dropping the first 2 games of ACC series. This year they lost their first 2 games against Miami, and the same thing happened this past weekend, but they snagged the last game of this series to save them from the sweep. Let's talk about the good and the bad from this series. I'm going to start with the bad of the first game. UNC started and ended poorly on the mound. Folger Boaz struggled in the first inning, giving up 6 earned runs, which was similar to the Miami series where he gave up 5 earned runs in the first 2 innings. In the first inning, he loaded the bases and gave up a grand slam from freshman Henry Ford, and then gave up a 2-run homer just a couple of at-bats later. This is just on a bad start on the mound for Boaz, already putting the Heels down 6-2. When the game is tied 11-11 in the bottom of the 8th, Dalton Pence throws a fastball down the middle and gives up the game-winning home run from Henry Ford once again, his 3rd homer of the game. Even though the Heels already lost the series, their resilience to come out on top in Game 3 shows there is no need to panic. And who stepped up once again for the Heels? None other than Casey Cook and Parks Harbor. Just like they did in the Wake Forest series, the Heels leaned on those bats. They combined for 7 RBIs in the 3rd game and helped the team get up 6-0 very quickly. UVA stormed back to get the score tied 6-6 with all the momentum on the Cavaliers' side. But Harbor stepped up to get the bats going in the 7th inning, and he has a 1-2 count, and he hits this solo homer toward the corner of right field to put them up 7-6 and shift the momentum back to the Heels' side. Hitting .374 and .345 respectively, Cook has 48 RBIs this season and Harbor has 11 home runs. The lethal combination of consistency and power at the plate from these 2 guys helped the Heels get a win on the road and steal a game in Charlottesville. Joshua?
Caroline, big game coming up tomorrow as the Heels are set to face off against South Carolina in Charlotte. What do the Heels need to do to look out for in this duel of the Carolinas?
Joshua, South Carolina is coming off of a close win against 3rd-ranked Texas A&M. And their first baseman, Gavin Casas, is hitting .379 in his past 10 games. So I think UNC is going to have to watch out for him.
We will have to see who the real Carolina is tomorrow at 7 p.m. under the lights. Thanks, Caroline.
Speaking of the Diamond Heels, UNC outfielder Casey Cook is on the Golden Spikes Award midseason watch list. The award is given annually to the top player in college baseball. Cook was on the preseason list and has defended his spot all the way into the midseason. Cook is the catalyst of this Diamond Heels dynamic offense, carrying a .315 batting average while leading the team in hits and RBIs. If Casey keeps it cooking for the second half of the season, he will likely be a finalist for this prestigious award.
The Blue Blood rivalry began on Friday afternoon as UNC softball took on number 2 Duke. After 2 scoreless frames, Duke took the lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning with 2 RBI singles to bring in 3 runs. The Tar Heels cut the lead to 1 in the top of the 5th thanks to a Settlemyre sac fly and wild pitch, but the UNC pitching staff surrendered 3 more runs in the next 2 innings. Despite an Isabel Emmerling 2-run home run in the 7th, the Heels fell 6-4. In the final game of the series, the Devils attacked first with a solo shot out of the park by Claire Davidson. Both offenses were quiet until the 4th inning when Duke had back-to-back bombs, putting the team up 5-0. In the 5th, UNC's Destiny Middleton earned an RBI with the bases loaded, scoring the Tar Heels' first run of the game. Despite out-hitting Duke 10-9, Carolina left 10 runners on base, unable to generate offense when needed. The Heels lose 6-1, suffering a series sweep to the Devils.
Carolina basketball's R.J. Davis added another accolade to his stellar senior year campaign. He is the 2024 Jerry West Award winner. The award is presented by the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, and this award goes to the top shooting guard in the country. Davis is the first Tar Heel and only the second ACC player ever to achieve this honor. Across the season, Davis scored 784 points, leading the ACC in scoring, averaging more than 20 points per game. Davis is UNC's all-time leader in free throw percentage, 2nd in three-pointers, and 5th in Carolina's scoring history. He earned unanimous first-team All-American, ACC Player of the Year honors, and was a finalist for the National Player of the Year award. Luckily for the Tar Heel faithful, Davis is eligible to return for his 5th year in Chapel Hill.
Reporter Frank Anderson highlights 2 UNC women's basketball players who left their mark on the program and how the team can move forward in their absence.
This season, the UNC's women's basketball team saw remarkable performances from its seniors, who led with passion, determination, and skill. Senior guard Deja Kelly showcased her incredible court vision, dishing out assists and leading the team in scoring with 539 points. Forward Alyssa Utsby dominated the paint, leading the team in rebounds, blocking shots, and providing an overall strong defensive presence.
With both of them, Coach always says they're relentless, they're tough, and it's true. I mean, those are the type of people you want to play with, and definitely a big reason on why I came to Carolina.
Under the guidance of Coach Courtney Banghart and the leadership of the returning players, the team is committed to building upon the foundation laid by its departing seniors.
You also want to be able to develop your younger guys and all that. And again, we just didn't have them. They're not playing right now, right? So, I think that looking forward to the offseason, getting to work with these guys a little bit more because they're close to being healthy.
With a talented roster of returning players ready to step up, UNC is poised to continue its winning tradition. The question for fans is, how will the team fill those crucial gaps left by Deja and Alyssa? And what adjustments will the Heels need to make for a better playoff push next March? I'm Frank Anderson, reporting.
Both seniors have another year of eligibility, so their time at UNC might not be over.
On Saturday, the women's lacrosse team played a must-win conference game against Virginia Tech on Dorrance Field for Senior Day, and the Heels didn't disappoint. Coming away with a 13-9 victory, as they creep towards the end of regular season play, the Heels will need to tighten up a few things before the postseason. Let's go inside the crease with women's lacrosse analyst Caroline Routh to hear what the Heels need to do to stay up. Caroline?
JJ, don't get me wrong. Senior Day was a strong performance by the Heels. Alyssa Long notched 6. The Heels were 18-7 on the draw, and UNC outshot the Hokies by 13. But defensively, there are a few things we need to fix moving forward. Over here, we're going to see Kayla Downey, and she has the ball. And right, what do we know about Downey? Well, we know she's a feeder. She's looking to pass the ball away. So Livy Lawton, she's playing some good, tight defense on her, really trying to not make it hard for her to get that pass out. But we're going to see number 13 from the Hokies streak down here, beat our defense, catch the ball, and that's a top corner shot. She's going to make it every single time. Now, going into this game, we knew Downey would be a threat with the assists. If you're guarding a player off ball when Downey has it, you know she's looking to pass, so you must stay with your girl. Now, this next play is just like the goal we saw on Friday's show. Olivia Vergano, she has it at the top, and what's she going to do? Well, she's going to take that 1v1. We got a lot of space right here. She's going to drive right into it and rip that shot in. Now, UNC has to have that crash coming. Read your scouting report. You know Vergano will take that 1v1, and still the crash was nowhere in sight. Alyssa Long stepped forward into it, but she even fades away, and Vergano will have it every single time. Overall, a strong effort for the Heels, but these slip-ups are things the Heels could have prepared for. It can fly against the Hokies, but these errors will keep the Heels from surviving the ACC tournament. JJ?
Caroline, because it was senior day, tell me about who the Heels will be missing on their roster next year.
Saturday's match really proved the versatility and skill set of Alyssa Long, Emily Knowles, and Caitlin Wurzberger. They dominated many categories on the stat sheet and proved to be strong leaders for the Tar Heels.
Let's hope this senior leadership will continue as we near the postseason. But the Heels still have to face Pitt and Duke to prove themselves before they get to the tournament. Thanks, Caroline.
On Saturday, the men's lacrosse team traveled to Charlottesville to take on the number 3 ranked Virginia Cavaliers in what would have been a crucial win for the downward spiraling Heels. Carolina never had a chance as Virginia dominated, winning 14-6. Let's go over to Riley Kennedy to talk about how Virginia got past UNC. Riley?
Now, Josh, UNC lacks midfield presence, but that's just right now. Duffy's their dog. He's a freshman. He draws the top pulls on each team. UNC needs to figure it out, right? They don't have that it factor right now. UNC shot 16.5% versus Virginia. That's not good. UNC shot 27%, right? That's on the year. 51st out of 73 teams in the country in shooting percentage. That's just not good. Let's look at this, right? They struggled against Virginia. James Madden has the ball, okay, a sophomore attackman. This set's just not going anywhere. He passes it to Petramala. Now, Petramala, right, he has the potential to have the it factor, right? He loves this lefty sweep. He relies on a quick first step, but he's 6 foot. These guys, right, he went up against 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". He needs a quicker first step. Ball goes into the grass, right, and save. Now, on this next one, Don Petramala passes it down to Ty English. He gives it back. Look at all this real estate, okay? Lacrosse is a game of inches. It's a game of angles. Petramala just needs to work on this in the offseason, goes high. Okay, now in this next one, you're going to see Lance Tillman, right? He's one of the best midfielders in the country, right? He's shown the capability of it, but not in this game, okay? And this season he struggled to shoot a step-down rip, okay? Low to high goes wide. And then, right, if you can't do it on the offensive end, crack down on the defensive end, Duffy, okay, right? He's got the it factor right now. He needs other teammates to step up. Shot gets blocked. Okay, what are you going to do now? You have these 3 attackmen down here. Guys need to get in the hole, okay? They're going to outlet it. Look at Don Petramala. Look at Owen Duffy, okay? They've kind of struggled to ride this season. He passes it up to the midfield. You're going to see on this next one, okay? You got 3 attackmen, 1, 2, 3. You're going to get a 4th right here. He's a midfielder. They've struggled, okay, with substitution box, right? If you can't get off, stay with this pull. He's going to run, okay? When we see pulls run, they're probably going to get the ball back, right? He gets it to go. They go up 4-1. Virginia just dominated this game. Josh, time's ticking. Pieces are just not connecting right now.
Riley, how does UNC flip the switch for the rest of the season?
I'll tell you what, they need to find it out on offense. They're lacking dogs right now, that it factor. They're capable of being one of the best teams in the country. They have the guys. Like I said, it's just not clicking. Time is running out fast.
Hopefully they can get it figured out soon. Thanks, Riley.
There was a packed house on hand at the Tuning Tennis Center Friday afternoon as the number 6 ranked UNC women's tennis team took on the visiting number 4 Virginia Cavaliers. In a critical match atop the conference standings, Carolina fell behind early as Virginia took the doubles points. The Heels would come back rallying in the singles matches, however. Screaming serves like this one from Fiona Crawley powered her to a straight sets victory, leveling the score at 1-1. UNC would continue to roll as wins by Elizabeth Scotty and Annika Yarlagata pushed the Carolina lead to 3-1. This backhand by Riley Tran will be the knockout blow for the Heels, securing a 4-1 come-from-behind win, sending Virginia home with their first conference loss of the season. Now head over to Sunday against Virginia Tech. Fiona Crawley and Riley Tran clinched the doubles points, using shots like this overhead from Tran to close the set 6-2. Crawley found more successes as the singles matches began, rushing the court with her killer forehand along with powerful serves like this ace. Abby Forbes slammed the match to an end with this forehand, and Carolina ends their regular season with a 4-0 win against the Hokies.
just like maturing and realizing like it's more about the team than about yourself. And like playing clinch today, like I think when I was younger, I'd be frustrated, like, oh, I didn't get my singles win. But like right now, like I'm just happy the team got the win, happy that we, had a really successful senior day. Yeah.
The seniors will have the chance to play again on their home court for regionals in May.
On the men's side, the Tar Heels took a trip to Durham for a battle with the Blue Devils. Ferris Kahn and Teddy Truitt secured the doubles point for Duke, and the Devils jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead in singles. Carolina held their own with big shots like this one from Will Peters, but Duke overpowered UNC in the end. The finishing blow came from Duke's Andrew Zhang at the end of a high-stakes rally. Duke's timely win clinched the number 3 spot in the men's tennis ACC standings, and with only 2 matches left in the regular season, the Heels will have to find some momentum before the postseason starts.
The rodeo came to Raleigh last weekend, and Shannon Horn is taking us behind the scenes of a sport that keeps you roped in.
Bull riding is the most dangerous 8 seconds in sports. Riders have to stay on the bucking bull for at least 8 seconds and then are scored 50% off their ride and 50% off the bull.
I ride bucking bulls. My dad got me into rodeo, and my family kind of just grew up into it and never knew anything different.
Bull riding is traditionally an individual sport, but PBR is expanding it to a team competition. The league is growing its 8 teams to 10, and they compete in head-to-head 5-on-5 bull riding games in a 13-event season that culminates to a team championships in Vegas.
One of the directors of team marketing in what is a new emerging business for the PBR is called PBR Teams.
Mike supports the franchise and works closely with the Carolina Cowboys team. His role is directly responsible for marketing and selling Cowboy Days, the one home event for the Carolina Cowboys this season.
Money all over.
Being the fact that I was from Carolina, grew up in Charlotte, went to UNC, knew the area very well, sold sponsorships in this area for a long time. When they came to me about this role and working with RCR as the owner of the team, it made a lot of sense.
With all of these new things coming to PBR, I think it's about time I give bull riding a try. I'm Shannon Horan reporting.
Bull riding never ceases to amaze me, but I think I'll stick with the mechanical bulls and let the professionals ride the real ones.
You already know what time it is. It's time to take a look at our 2 nominees for this week's Play of the Week. Guess who's back? Back again. Honey's back. Tell a friend. That's right. Our most frequent nominee, Vance Honeycutt, is back with yet another highlight reel play. This time, Vance goes into an all-out sprint and lays out to take away a would-be double to right center field with an incredible diving catch. Next up, we have another diamond heel, but this time at the plate. Anthony D'Onofrio has officially set the bar for the longest home run in the NCAA so far this season with a 491-foot blast to right center field. That ball was sent to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. 2 amazing plays, 1 difficult decision. Go to our Instagram story right now to vote for your pick and tune in on Friday for the reveal of this week's winner. Now, JG, if you had 10 pitches against a collegiate pitcher, how many hits do you think you're going to get?
Now, Josh, I played baseball back in high school and in Little League, and I learned very quick that I need to stick with football. However, my competitive nature thinks I get maybe a couple, 1 or 2 hits out there.
Well, that's good for you, but I don't even think I'm going to make contact. I think I'd be better off just blindfolding myself trying to swing, so I think I'm just going to stick to the Wii Sports sticks. That does it for this edition of Sports Extra.
We'll be back on Friday with a preview of another exciting weekend in Carolina athletics.